pieces that you're sharing with us tonight.
Thank you. So these pieces are actually some of my work that I started, so Orouma started in January 2024. And I try to cover some stories of Palestine from different cities. The art is based on pictures from archive from before 1948, and then I add to it colors, I add to it the embroidery, which is kind of like a very famous story told on thobes in Palestine. I add to it Arabic scripts, so the stories behind. And here we have actually a picture from the souks of Jerusalem. We have a mother with her child, a Bedouin mother with her child from Beersheba. We have the garden from Jenin. We have Yafa oranges. And I believe we have the olives from Ramallah and the embroidery dress from Ramallah and doctors in Hebrew, so surgeons from Hebrew.
So if you haven't been to Palestine, welcome. She's literally taking you on a journey to every city, which I've actually had the pleasure of going, and I can definitely see the cities that I've seen with my own eyes. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
I love these applauses in between. Keep them going, by the way. I want this to be interactive.
So
we're not distant.
They're trying to keep me calm. That's what they're doing. You're doing great.
I said for her to just stare at me and not you guys, but now you're clapping, so she's looking at you.
One of them told me, we're not going to look at you, we're just going to look down. I'm like, okay, great.
In the speech earlier, we reflected on identities as pearls, formed by layers, by layer. What layers have you most shaped your artistic work?
I love this symbolic of pearl, actually, because I read about the pearl and I saw how it is formed. So the pearl is, it gets a parasite or an irritant, and in that it creates that pearls and the collective layers that forms the pearl. And for me, this was very relevant and beautiful to the art that I'm doing. And I started this art, as I said, in January 2024, after the event of October 7th. And October 7th...
Wait. You started just in 2024?
Yes.
You did art before?
I didn't. So...
that gets an applause, right?
So yes, so this was actually a motive for me to start to preserve Palestinian identity as part of like what happened with October 7th. And October 7th was the parasite that created the art as a defense mechanism for me. So that was the layers that formed the pearl. And actually Orouma, the word itself, it's an Arabic word of the tree that gets cut, but the roots remain on ground. For me, when I saw that this event, not only for me, for most of the people, took us into a black hole of negative emotions. And for me, I wanted to stand grounds on what we have, and we wanted to show the beauty of what we had before 1947. And this was my kind of like defense mechanism to keep the culture, to keep the beauty, to keep the identity of Palestinians, and show it to the world, not only to the ones that know it, but also to the world.
I'm just in shock, because I wasn't even aware that you just started in 2024.
Yes.
I thought this has been years of work. MashaAllah. Very talented, and thank you so much for coming with this and sharing, or using that, what did you say, the infection? The
parasite. The irritant that created the layers, yes.
The parasite to create this under the pressure?
Under the pressure and under the circumstances, yes.
It's incredible. So the museum we're in today sits at a crossroads of civilizations. How does working within such a historical layered region impact your creative process?
So it's beautiful to see, actually, because this is actually the beginnings, right? So where the beginnings were, and UAE is very diverse in a way that it welcomes people from all around, and it welcomes cultures and variety and background. And here, I feel that the story is told out loud, and I feel like I can practice my art and tell the story, and it still will be appreciated among other cultures. And I see that there's a lot of initiatives about to bring that voice out. It's not among many who are artistic in their work, and they're bringing the identity of Palestine. Chef Omar is one who's bringing the Palestinian dishes here tonight with a twist. And we know that there's real Palestine, there's a lot of initiatives and a lot of places that do that. So I appreciate actually being here and being exposed to a variety of culture and people that come in and see it from also with practicing my voice and showing it to the world. So I appreciate the UAE and its initiatives and what it does.
It's incredible. And you are actually Saudi born?
Yes, I am. I was born and raised in Saudi, Jeddah, so yeah.
So that's another layer.
It is another layer, yes.
How do you balance the weight of collective history with your personal narrative as an artist?
My work actually heavily relies on history, and for me, most of the work starts as a picture from before the archives, the Palestinian archives before 1948. And when I do the art, I don't tell only my story, I tell the story of millions, and that is a massive responsibility that I don't take lightly, because when I speak about identity, I speak about culture, and I speak about history. So whenever I start the process of the painting, I look at it and I try to actually embody the person or the character in this picture and try to understand what their daily lives were like. There's like, when it comes with name, a title, the year and the city, but there's not a lot of information that gives me the background of this picture. So I try to really do in-depth research about the city, so I give it justice in the way that I'm trying to present it, but at the same time I have my own voice in it and my own emotions that gets related to that. So turning history, in the day and age, history can be changed overnight. So if you can, like, archives can be tampered, the academics can be changed. So for me, art is a vessel that takes the history and the memories and show it to the world through centuries and decades and generations. So I hope that within the collective history, when I'm communicated with the emotion that needs to be communicated, and it's not it's another form of communicating the collective history, and I hope when I represent it from the source of love and longing. So that is the voice that I add to it, and I know that my intentions are very to represent it with the dignity that it deserves.
That's beautiful. I mean, I see legacy in what you've just said.
Thank you.
So thank you so much. Your work resonates with audiences across borders. What do you think makes certain cultural stories feel universal?
So culture is beautiful and it's practiced among different nations, but I think that among the facade and among the culture is a value, and the value comes with emotions, and the emotions come from wanting to long for something, from loving a home, having pride of where you come from. And I think that my art is now in 16 countries, but people bought it who has no connection to Palestine. And I feel like because of the current situation, because of the identity erasure and the cultural destruction, the people are hungry to protect it, and the people are emotional, have this emotion, strong emotion towards it. And I feel like anything that is threatened is more precious. And my vision with Orouma, which is very ambitious, but I'm working on it, is to have a piece of Palestine in every country around the world, because I am very stubborn about the part that I want to have Palestine in every piece around the world, regardless of what's happening there. So that's hopefully one day.
Inshallah. I was just going to say that we have a diverse audience. So what country, well, actually let's do continent. So who's from Europe? Wait. Africa. We have. Then we go to North America. South America. We're missing South America. South America. I mean, Asia. I'm on the phone, I'm there. I mean, this is the beauty, right? We have, this is the diversity that UAE represents and has, and then your work, inshallah, is happening. They are actually up for sales, just another plug. You can speak to Mace and she'll let you know.
Yes.
Many artists struggle with balancing personal expression and audience expectation. How do you stay true to your own narrative while still engaging global audiences?
So when I started this project, I did it as an emotional impulse, and I really, I did it with intention to preserve, and it came from a place of love, it came from a place of protection, and I also wanted to pour whatever I felt in. So the process started with a piece of paper that I printed, and I had my acrylic paint, I had my gold leaf finishing, I had my Arabic script, and I wanted to record that on hyperlapse, and I just posted that on Instagram. And I continued to do that, and I felt that there was response, and it came from the authenticity of it, the story behind it. It wasn't I wanted to have the story told, and I really wasn't thinking about the audience when I was doing it. And I think that when you do it from a place of honesty and authenticity, the world resonates. And I wanted to stay true to myself, and at the same time, I want to stay true to the cause of it. And I think that's what makes the global audience appreciate this piece of art. And I always, of course, long to learn because, as I said, I started in January 2024. I wasn't doing art before. There's a lot to learn about my artistic technicality on how to draw and how to do. And I do that because I do want to represent the art in the best way possible. But the emotion that comes out of it comes from the inside, and I keep that, so that keeps the authenticity.
That's incredible. Personal touch to every piece.
Exactly, yes.
Where do you feel your work sits within the borders of global South artistic landscape?
So I think that we are trying to tell the story rather than the story being told, and we do that with the art. And honestly, I'm currently focusing on Palestine because this comes very close to heart, and this is where I'm from, and this is where my grandparents are from. And I know that my grandparents are refugees from Haifa, from Jaffa, and this is why I started with Palestine, and I wanted to tell the story of this beautiful place. However, I think that I want to focus on areas where they're overshadowed by poverty, by wars, and there's beauty in every single country or place or nation or culture. And I want to bring that out because what you see on the news is just the paint that they want to paint, which is black and white or gray, and I want to add colors to it. So there's beauty in Sudan, there's beauty in Yemen, there's beauty in Iran, in Iraq, and these are the places that I really want to bring to light and just add whatever they have and whatever they are proud of in this piece of art. So I hope that I'm able to represent that also as much as I can in the way that they want to be represented.
Thank you so much. The last question I'm going to give you is, if you had one message that you would want everyone tonight to take away from your pieces, what would be the one message?
What would be the one message if anyone wants to be taken away from pieces? Keep the beauty and take away the beauty from what is served on these pieces. And this is what I want to deliver to the world, that it is beautiful. There are people, there were lives, and they had thriving economies, thriving lives, and this is what I want you to take away, that Palestine exists, and will always exist.
Thank you so much, Mace. And then as we say that,